Alright, I just finished it's a lengthy segment on money. And this is just a little short one, a little blurb, if you will, revisiting the topic of banks and bankers. When it comes to how these controllers stole your money and your opportunity from you, educate yourself with these finance number nerds they're all over the internet, and they can unfold for you a series of misdeeds and lies and thievery that's resulted in some of today's largest elite monetary fortunes. And some of the series stretch for generations upon generations of treachery and deception thrust upon man in the name of these fortunes. Educate yourself. You're going to find that a lot of times that you encounter family fortunes, these mega family fortunes or investigate these mega family fortunes, that they are predicated upon a lot of lies, treachery, and deception that has not only been forced upon individuals, but when you're dealing with massive amounts of money involved in the mega fortunes, they didn't screw over other people who had money. No. All of the have-nots got it. Now, one of the more difficult legal criminal theories to prove is that of a conspiracy. And a conspiracy is an agreement between two or more people to commit a crime. A little bit more technical than that, but in general, a conspiracy is an agreement between two or more people who commit a crime. However, when that crime results in money, once you establish that there is a crime, then in order to find the criminals, you just got to follow the money. Now, I'm not saying to start off now and just go follow the money all the way to the top because everybody at the top's a criminal. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is educate yourself and investigate the truth. Educate yourself and investigate the truth. Understand what the nature of money is. Know what it is. Understand the system that you live in, the barter exchange, the forced barter system that you live in. Understand the origins and the obligations that are either implicit in that agreement and that arrangement and that system, or if they're not there, what you're left with is slavery. Understand that. Educate yourself. First, educate yourself, investigate the truth, see how your opportunity was created, see how your opportunity was taken from you. Not because of your free will, but because it was stolen from you and manipulated from you and is continually held hostage from you, so that you are given a certain amount so you can spend a certain amount so that stockpiles can be created and the status quo goes on. And once you see and uncover the wrongdoings for which money is connected, follow the money and you'll find the criminals. And on a closing idea, think about this. If your neighbor, and let's just throw a number out there and put a little number on it. If your neighbor steals $10,000 from you, and that's a lot of money to most people. That'd be a lot of money to me. Now, I got another segment I should about, how it's like the rich live in Florida and the poor people live in the cold, barren wasteland. And so maybe the rich people have no idea what $10,000 means to your general poor person. But it means a lot. So let's say your neighbor steals $10,000 from you, and now you broke. So you borrow what is your $10,000 from your neighbor, your thieving neighbor, and you pay him a reasonable rate of interest along with your principal payments, which over time causes you and your family to suffer hardship and to go without. Reasonable rate of interest along with the principal over time. Neighbor stole your money and then lent it to you. That's the Fed. That's the Fed. Okay? That's the Bank of International Settlements. That's the Fed. Stole your money, lent it to you at a reasonable rate of return to keep you in suffering and hardship. When they're stockpiling cash and opportunity and advances that can bring you better medicine, better health, better houses, better education, more truth. Then you find out that he stole your $10,000 from you to begin with. Now you done lost your 10, borrowed it from him who stole it in the first place, got to pay him reasonable interest or whatever he charged you on the in-between, and every time you made a payment, it created a hardship and a burden on you and your family. You had to go out to pay him back money that you had to borrow because he stole it from you in the first place. You multiply this by every person on the planet, every day of the week, every week of the year, and you can understand why the controllers have acquired so much. Because you are not starting out as a free man. You're starting out as a slave, like your father before you and his father before him. They control your truth and they strangle your love with unnecessary struggle and hardship. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. And if you haven't quite understood all these messages that I've been trying to get through to you, you're not going to open your eyes until you open your hearts, until you see yourself for what you are, a child of God, a man of love. You're not going to understand yourself for what you are. Just like if you don't look at money for what it is, you're not going to understand it for what it is. If you don't look at the system of exchange and economics that you live in as being the forced barter system, you're not understanding what you're living in. If you're not looking at the truth of how it was when news was created, then you're not going to understand now why our idea of news is so far away from the truth out of which it was created. Open your eyes. Open your hearts to love. Open your hearts to love, and you will open your eyes and ears to truth.